Weiss from amokarts.Bible. Now you might be wondering about this painting. It looks like a white blob on a brown background. Actually, believe it or not, I'm painting a small furry animal called a lemming. What's a lemming? Well, the dictionary defines it as a subarctic rodent, a rodent with a small, thick, furry body and furry feet that lives in subarctic regions. Lemmings are noted for their mass migrations in search for food during population explosions. It used to be said that every so often when there were a lot of lemmings and food got scarce, they would all gather into this sort of stampede and run off a cliff. It was thought to be the way of keeping the population down. It's sort of like the question your mom probably has asked you at one time or another. If your friends jumped off a bridge or a roof or a cliff or whatever, would you do it? If you were a lemming, you'd say, well, yeah. Lemmings follow the crowd to their destruction. Now, in fairness, a lot of people believe this is a myth. Oh, it's true that they go on mass migrations in search of food, and many get hurt and killed and falls and drown as they cross small bodies of water and get picked off by predators along the way, but they don't really try to end their own lives. They're not that bright. They're just lemmings. They see everybody else doing something, so they do it too. Which brings us to the second definition of a lemming, a doomed conformist, a member of a large group of people who blindly follow one another on a course of action that will lead to destruction for all of them. Sometimes lemmings are people who follow the crowd, who do things they know are wrong even though they know they can do them serious harm. Real lemmings can't help it. They have very small brains and they don't know better, but you have no excuse. You have the power to say no, the power to make good choices. There are two passages from the Bible I want us to look at today. The first is Proverbs 14:12. It says, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to death." That can be the cost of wrong choices. Sometimes you don't get a second chance. Just because everyone else is doing something does not mean it's the way to go. And yes, I know the pressure to follow the crowd can be huge. But Romans 12:2 gives us a better way. It says, "Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." Let God change the way you think. Let Him show you what is right. Don't go along with the crowd. Follow God instead. After all, who knows more, the crowd or the Creator? God knows the way. He has a plan and a purpose for your life, and His plan is perfect. The choice is yours, but here's my advice. Don't be a lemming.